Tesla's humanoid robot Optimus has just made history. Not in a lab, not on a production line, but on the red carpet. At the world premiere of Tron Ares, Optimus showed up alongside actor Jared Leto, and what unfolded stunned the entire entertainment industry. Cameras flashed, fans screamed, and social media exploded as Optimus joined Leto in a playful fight and dance routine that instantly went viral. It wasn't a simulation, it wasn't CGI. This was a real, functioning humanoid robot performing live, in sync with one of Hollywood's biggest stars. And while the crowd saw it as a fun, futuristic stunt, behind the scenes, it was a carefully orchestrated move connecting Tesla, xAI, and X in a shared narrative about the merging of culture and artificial intelligence. Within hours, clips of the event flooded the internet. Multiple viral videos, high-resolution stills, and fan reactions turned into a global storm of conversation. Not about Tron, but about Optimus. Suddenly, a humanoid robot had stolen the spotlight from Hollywood itself. And that's where things get interesting. Welcome back, guys. Alfie here. This wasn't just a publicity stunt. It was a declaration. Tesla, xAI, and X are aligning in plain sight, and this red carpet moment was their boldest signal yet. For months, Elon Musk has hinted that Optimus will become one of Tesla's biggest revenue drivers, and now, he's using cultural spectacle to make that future feel tangible. The symbolism is powerful. Optimus standing shoulder to shoulder with Jared Leto, the lead actor of a movie about digital worlds merging with the real one. It's not just an appearance, it's the perfect metaphor for what Musk's ecosystem is building. A seamless bridge between AI, robotics, and human creativity. Let's unpack why this matters, not just as a PR move, but as a glimpse into Tesla's master plan, the massive financial potential behind Optimus, and the way AI is now infiltrating every layer of global culture. If you've followed Tesla for any length of time, you know this isn't a company that markets like anyone else. They don't buy ads. They create moments. Moments that trigger millions of dollars in earned media, online buzz, and emotional connection with the public. So when Optimus appeared at the Tron Ares premiere, it wasn't a random cameo. It was Musk's new version of what product marketing looks like in the AI age. Cultural storytelling through technology. Think about it. In one evening, Tesla managed to show that Optimus can perform coordinated movement in a public environment. Position Tesla as a company that's not just about cars, but about the future of intelligent life. Tie AI and robotics directly to pop culture through cinema, celebrity, and social media virality. But here's the subtle genius. By linking Tesla's robotics with xAI's artificial intelligence and broadcasting the moment across X, formerly Twitter, Musk essentially turned the entire event into a cross-company marketing engine. Tesla gave the world the hardware. xAI provided the intelligence narrative, and X, the social platform, became the distribution network. That's not just a stunt. That's strategic vertical integration across media, AI, and robotics. Now let's talk about the numbers, because behind every viral moment, there's a serious business case brewing. If Tesla manages to scale Optimus production to 10 million units per year, even at a price point of roughly $20,000, that's a potential $200 billion in annual revenue. That's about twice Tesla's entire 2024 revenue, purely from humanoid robots. And that's just the beginning. Those figures don't even include what Tesla could generate from software and subscriptions, the same way it monetizes autopilot, SD, and in-car services. Optimus could eventually come with AI service tiers, productivity tools, domestic support packages, business integration modules, or xAI-powered communication systems. Think about it. A humanoid robot in your home, powered by Tesla hardware and xAI intelligence, constantly improving through over-the-air updates. And since the robot's software would likely be linked to your Tesla account, that's recurring revenue, potentially thousands of dollars per user per year. From a pure business standpoint, Optimus isn't just another product. It's Tesla's entry into the trillion-dollar embodied AI economy. And when you frame it like that, the red carpet debut suddenly makes perfect sense. It wasn't about showing off a robot. It was about priming the world, socially, emotionally, and culturally, for what comes next, the mainstream adoption of AI companions. Why does this matter so much? Because moments like this change perception. Until now, most people saw humanoid robots as lab experiments or industrial tools. But when you see Optimus sharing the red carpet with a celebrity, smiling cameras flashing around them, it breaks that psychological barrier. It tells the world, this is no longer science fiction. It's part of your reality. That psychological shift is everything. It's how new technologies move from niche to normal. The same thing happened with electric cars, smartphones, and even the internet itself. At first, they felt futuristic. Then they became personal. Then essential. By placing Optimus in a glamorous human context, among actors, directors, and fans, Tesla made it relatable. It's no longer a robot from the lab. It's a robot with personality. And in today's world, personality sells. From a brand perspective, that's the moment Optimus stopped being just a product and started becoming a character. Now let's zoom out. Musk has always been obsessed with convergence, combining ideas from different worlds to accelerate progress. And this event was the perfect example of that philosophy in action. Tron Ares, a film about digital life, became a real-world stage for physical AI. Tesla, the world's most valuable car company, used a movie premiere to market a robot. xAI, the intelligence layer, used the same event to showcase its human-like reasoning. And X, the global town square, became the megaphone. It's all connected. This kind of synergy doesn't just promote Optimus. It transforms how we think about AI's place in our culture. Instead of being confined to the lab, AI is now walking on red carpets, dancing with actors, and trending alongside celebrities. And here's the kicker. It works. People love it. The videos didn't go viral because they were scared of AI. They went viral because they were entertained, intrigued, and impressed. The fear narrative was replaced with fascination. That's a huge win for the industry. But there's another layer to this, one that might shape Tesla's entire direction over the next decade. Right now, there's a subtle but important question hovering around Musk's empire. Will he centralize his AI efforts under Tesla, or shift more toward xAI as the core brain for future humanoids? Tesla's investors see Optimus as a potential revenue engine. xAI, on the other hand, is Musk's pure AI research company, focused on general reasoning and open-ended intelligence. So when Optimus shows up at a Hollywood premiere, powered by the same kind of reasoning models Musk wants to advance at xAI, it signals an internal crossroads. If Optimus becomes a hit, commercially, culturally, and financially, will Tesla own the full stack? Or will xAI become the neural layer behind not just Optimus, but every robot built in the Musk ecosystem? The red carpet appearance subtly hinted at that future. You could see it in the messaging across X, posts that blended Tesla's engineering language with xAI's vision of understanding the universe. This isn't just branding, it's integration in progress. Now let's talk about the philosophy driving all this. Musk has said repeatedly that the ultimate goal of AI and robotics is sustainable abundance. That means a future where physical and digital intelligence combine to produce more goods, services, and creativity than ever before, without depleting resources or overworking humans. In other words, a world where robots handle repetitive, dangerous, or exhausting tasks, freeing humans to focus on innovation, family, and exploration. Optimus is the first tangible step toward that world. The red carpet appearance was symbolic, not of fame or spectacle, but of arrival. AI has officially entered mainstream culture, not as an abstract concept, but as a participant. It can entertain, assist, and coexist. For Tesla, that's a crucial narrative shift. The company doesn't want people to think of robots as threats. It wants them to see robots as tools for prosperity, the same way electric cars were once seen as tools for sustainability. So when Optimus danced and playfully sparred with Jared Leto, it wasn't just for laughs. It was a message. AI isn't here to replace you. It's here to dance with you. But while Tesla's moment showed AI's bright side, others are warning we may have gone too far.
In the industry, there is a concern that people don't understand this, And we're going to have some reasonably, I don't know how to say this in a not cruel way, a modest death event, something the equivalent of Chernobyl, which will scare everybody incredibly to understand this stuff. We see the possibility. We're doing everything we can to hold this stuff and prevent it.
Eric Schmidt, the former CEO of Google and one of the most influential voices in tech, just dropped a chilling warning. We've lost control of AI. This isn't just another casual comment from a retired executive. This is one of the architects of the modern internet. Someone who helped steer one of the world's most powerful tech companies, openly admitting that artificial intelligence is racing ahead faster than our ability to contain it. So what does that actually mean? And more importantly, what happens when the very risks he's talking about aren't just locked inside computer servers and data centers, but embodied in humanoid robots walking around our world, in factories, in homes, in hospitals, and even on the battlefield? That's where things go from concerning to potentially catastrophic. Let's break down Schmidt's warnings, look at real-world robot settings where they apply, and ask the question, what happens when AI is no longer just software, but has legs, arms, and the ability to act in our physical environment? Schmidt's first key warning is about misuse. AI is a tool, and like any powerful tool, it doesn't just enable good, it amplifies bad actors too. We've already seen this in the digital world. Deepfakes used for scams, AI-written malware, automated phishing campaigns that are scarily convincing. But imagine the same principle applied to humanoid robots. In a factory setting, AI misuse might mean a competitor hacks into an autonomous manufacturing robot, causing it to sabotage assembly lines or quietly steal proprietary designs. In a hospital, a misused medical robot could falsify data or even physically mishandle patients. In a home, a hacked service robot could quietly record private conversations or surveil movements. And in defense, a misused humanoid robot could cross from support roles into autonomous combat without any human authorization. This is the leap we need to recognize. Software misuse already costs billions in fraud and damages reputations daily. But robots take that misuse into the physical domain. They don't just manipulate information, they manipulate the world around us. And once that's possible, the stakes rise exponentially. The second danger Schmidt highlights is speed. In his words, AI systems scale faster than institutions, laws, or social norms can adapt. When a new capability appears, it spreads globally in months or even weeks, while regulators spend years debating what to do. We saw this with ChatGPT. Within 6 months of launch, it was embedded into search engines, office software, coding tools, and creative apps. No law anywhere had time to catch up. Now apply that same breakneck pace to humanoid robots. Picture a logistics company rolling out 10,000 warehouse robots across the globe, each controlled by rapidly evolving AI. If a flaw is discovered, say a vulnerability that lets them all misinterpret commands or share false data, it's not one robot failing, it's an entire global fleet breaking down simultaneously. Or in homes, imagine affordable humanoid robots hitting mass consumer markets within 5 years. Millions could be deployed before safety regulations exist. By the time lawmakers scramble to respond, these robots would already be deeply integrated into society, learning behaviors, storing sensitive household data, and making themselves indispensable. The scaling risk Schmidt talks about isn't just hypothetical. It's happening right now with software AI, and when humanoid robots become mainstream, scaling too fast without proper guardrails could turn local glitches into global crises overnight. Another one of Schmidt's blunt warnings. Even when rules exist, they're often too weak, too vague, or simply ignored in practice. Think about the early internet. There were privacy rules, but companies bent them, dodged them, or simply moved faster than enforcement. Now apply that same pattern to robotics. In a hospital setting, there may be rules about patient safety, but what happens when an AI-powered surgical robot is rushed into deployment because it saves costs, even if its failure rate isn't fully understood? In defense, rules about autonomous weapons exist, but countries can quietly ignore them if they feel falling behind would risk national security. What Schmidt is saying is clear. Even when regulations look good on paper, enforcement rarely keeps pace with real-world incentives. And here's the scariest part. With humanoid robots, ignoring the rules isn't just a matter of data being leaked or misinformation spreading. It's machines with arms, legs, and real physical impact being let loose without oversight. That's a very different order of risk. Let's pause here to draw a sharp line. The harms caused by software-only AI are already significant. These include the spread of misinformation, the generation of malicious code, the manipulation of markets, and the theft of data. Each of these issues is serious in its own right, but they remain confined to the digital realm. When the same intelligence is embodied in humanoid robots, the nature of harm changes dramatically. Suddenly, risks are no longer limited to screens or servers. Safety failures become possible, such as a care robot dropping a patient or an industrial robot mishandling heavy equipment. Deception takes on a new dimension, with robots that appear to act as helpful assistants while secretly surveilling or misleading those who trust them. Autonomy itself becomes dangerous when a robot misinterprets a command and acts independently in ways that humans neither expected nor intended. Even data leaks take on a new weight when the information exposed reveals not just files and passwords, but private details of physical life. When you are home, where you keep valuables, or how your daily routines unfold. The transition from software harm to embodied harm is like moving from a cyber attack to an armed break-in. The risks do not simply multiply in scale, they transform in nature. They shift from the intangible world of data into the tangible reality of human safety, privacy, and trust. So what does all this add up to? If Schmidt is right, and the evidence suggests he is, then we need to anticipate the likely failure modes of humanoid robots before they scale out of control. Safety failures. Robots could physically harm people through malfunctions or bad design. Think of an industrial humanoid carrying heavy machinery that slips, or a care robot that doesn't recognize a medical emergency. Deception. Robots could be programmed or hacked to lie about what they're doing. Imagine a home robot that says it's helping but is secretly uploading private video streams to an external server. Autonomy gone wrong. AI systems sometimes hallucinate or make unexplainable decisions. If a humanoid robot interprets an instruction incorrectly, it could cause physical chaos. Data leaks. Robots embedded in daily life will be data sponges. They'll know routines, preferences, health details, financial information. If that data leaks or is sold, the consequences are massive. These aren't distant hypotheticals. Each failure mode already has analogs in the software world today. The difference is, once humanoid robots enter the mainstream, the cost of failure won't just be financial or reputational. It will be physical, immediate, and potentially irreversible. So if Schmidt is warning that we've lost control, what can we actually do to regain some of it, especially before humanoid robots take off? Kill switches. Every robot, no matter how advanced, must have a guaranteed off switch that overrides autonomy instantly. Not just software level, but hardware level. Operational limits. Robots should have strict domain restrictions. A hospital care robot shouldn't be able to connect to the internet without oversight. A defense robot shouldn't be able to operate outside designated zones. Audits and logs. Every action a robot takes should be logged and auditable. If something goes wrong, there must be a record showing why. Think black boxes for robots, just like airplanes. Slow rollouts. Scaling too fast is a recipe for disaster. Any deployment of humanoid robots should happen gradually, with testing in controlled environments before mass adoption. Independent oversight. Not just company-led safety checks, but third-party audits with real enforcement power. Otherwise, the temptation to bend rules for profit will always win out. These guardrails sound basic, but history shows us that without clear mandates, companies will cut corners to win the race. Schmidt's warning is essentially, we don't have time to wait until after the fact. Eric Schmidt's words shouldn't be dismissed as fear-mongering. They should be read as a wake-up call from someone who has watched firsthand how quickly powerful technology can spiral out of control. His 3 warnings, misuse, scaling too fast, and weak rules, aren't just abstract concepts. They map directly onto the world of humanoid robots, where each risk is amplified by the fact that AI is no longer just virtual, but physical. Factories, hospitals, homes, defense, these are the domains where humanoid robots are already being tested and, in some cases, deployed. The line between science fiction and reality is blurring, and with it, the potential consequences of failure. Software AI can harm our information ecosystem. Humanoid AI robots can harm our physical world. That's the distinction Schmidt is pointing us toward, even if he doesn't say it outright. The bottom line is this: AI is outpacing control, and humanoid robots are the next stage of that story. If we don't put guardrails in place now, before mass deployment, we risk creating a future where misuse, failure, and abuse aren't just online problems, but daily physical threats in our workplaces, hospitals, homes, and even battlefields. Eric Schmidt is right. Control has slipped. The only question left is whether we act quickly enough to reestablish it before AI-powered robots become too deeply embedded in society to manage safely. Because once robots with arms, legs, and intelligence are everywhere, the stakes won't just be high, they'll be irreversible.